Hey, my friends, everybody, Cyclist, it's Graham Street, and welcome to Cycle Club Training Studio. I've got a couple quick tips for you today about group riding and gaps. Now, this is that time of year for a lot of us where we're out on our weekly group rides with our friends, getting fit and hopefully trained for our big events, whether it's centuries, MS150s, races, triathlon, whatever it may be. And one of the most frustrating things I think a lot of us deal with is not either having the fitness or, more importantly, the technique and skill to ride with stronger, faster riders. If you're anything like me, you typically want to use a group ride to invigorate you, enliven you, hopefully motivate you when you've done a great group ride to catapult you to your weekly training by yourself. At least that's why I do group rides, and of course to be with my friends and put the hurt on myself when necessary. What I want to show you really quick is a couple basic understandings about group rides and where most everyday cyclists and triathletes in particular tend to make mistakes trying to stay with stronger, faster riders. The first of which is what I call plus or minus 10. So when you're riding along in a group, okay, the most important thing for you to consider really is your leg speed, the amount of tension you have in your legs, and the particular gear that you're in that's creating that tension. It sounds really complex, but it's actually really simple. Anytime I'm riding either solo and definitely in a group, I'm using what's called the plus or minus 10 principle. That means that no matter what the group is doing, I can accelerate or decelerate my legs and the tension within right away without shifting a gear, which is really important. And the reason why is that so many of us either shift into too big of a gear and get way too much tension on the legs too quickly, or we're way up here with not enough tension at all, and it takes us too long to get to the gear we need without changing leg speed. And when that happens, of course, you get a half wheel gap, a full wheel gap, four bike lengths of a gap. Next thing you know, you're off the back and having to exert 2 to 3 times as much energy to catch that gap back up. And of course, by the time you get to them, and the group continues to accelerate, now you're in a spot of difficulty. And although this can be, of course, beneficial to you to help you gain fitness, if you're anything like me, I want to use the group as an advantage to gain fitness, but not so much where I'm constantly getting dropped off the back. So what you need to practice is a range, much like I've taught you before, of both very high tension, meaning big gears, slow RPM, good bike control, good fit, muscular tension. Many of you that are already doing this can already tell a distinct difference when you're out on any ride that you do, particularly a group ride. You want to have enough tension ability in your legs that no matter what gear you're in, you can add power and increase your plus 10, meaning your leg speed plus 10 RPM back to base and negative 10 RPM. And what that allows you to do is spend the least amount of energy based on the terrain given and the speed of the group. The next thing you want to practice is the polar opposite of high tension slow cadence, and that's of course high leg speed, very low tension, which a lot of you actually probably struggle with more than the tension workouts. This is more of a neuromuscular based workout. We can get all the way up to 120, 130, 150, looking to maintain as much positive core control and body position as possible. Again, if you're in a group ride and you can be plus or minus 10 in your leg speed and tension, but you have this position, you're still going to be getting dropped off the back because, again, you are expending way more energy by catching all that wind and that resistance in your face. If you can go from here to here, here, and then definitely here comfortably by working on your core, your back, hamstring flexibility, and maintain this lower aerodynamic drag position with faster and faster leg speeds, and then plus or minus 10 control. So I'm going to go from 110 to 120, back to 110, down to 100, 110, 120, 110, 100. I don't even have to look at the meter anymore. Why? Because I'm constantly practicing these things on the trainer with my power meter, with my speedometer, with my cadence meter. I then take that outside, practice it on the road, mountain bike, triathlon bike, whatever it's going to be. If you are struggling to stay with your group, or you're looking to just get something more out of your group riding. You want to be working on plus or minus 10. You want to be working on your tension. During your solo training, whether it's inside with me with the HIIT sessions or trainer sessions, or outside on the bike using my in-ride workouts from 4P, you really want to put a big emphasis on tension. Because if you get the tension right and train your body to turn a bigger and bigger gear comfortably, especially aerodynamically, when you move to your sweet spot, which is about 2 gears up, now you're flying. I mean, really flying. So those of you who want to see an increase in overall bike speed, I want to go from 18 to 19, 19 to 20, 20 to 21. You've got to master both ends of the spectrum. You can't just go out in the same middle-of-the-road gearing and just do that for more volume. It's not going to get you faster. So if you're looking to do a faster century, faster race, more explosive stuff, take, for instance, my HIIT session number 6, Sprint Explosion. Why would you want to do Sprint Explosion to help you get faster for a 50-mile ride? Well, simple. If I work on things like explosive strength, high tension to high velocity, make my body pop more, gain more explosive power, and then learn how to maintain that explosive power, and then slow it down and repeat it. When you get in that group ride and they begin to accelerate, they hit the hills, those fast riders are always trying to get away, you'll have the fitness and, more importantly, the techniques to hang with them. If you don't have my HIIT sessions yet, the 6 workouts, 30 minutes each, everything from rollover power, climbing God super strength, lightning leg agility, sprint explosion, some of my best workouts, 30 minutes apiece, double them up. Even if you only use 1 per week, you'll learn a new skill and you'll get that range of tension to leg speed, plus or minus 10. So when you get to that group ride, you can hit it much harder and much faster. Sorry about dropping the gear there. This bike is beat up. I need to get it maintained. It's my indoor training bike. In any case, I hope it's been helpful. Next time you're out on your training ride, be asking yourself, am I in the right gear? Do I have enough tension on my legs where I can accelerate and recover without switching the gear? Can I switch the gear fast enough to get to the leg speed tension that I need for that approaching hill, for the descent, whatever it may be? Practice that. Think about it. Don't just blindly go into these rides hoping that you've done enough miles to stay with a faster group. You've got to work on the techniques to do it. Big ring, small ring work, tension work, leg speed work, put it all together. Going to get a lot of results. Again, if you haven't got my HIIT sessions yet, you can download them today for $30 or $40, and you can get them on DVD for $50 or whatever it is. So hopefully it's been helpful. Start using the workouts once per week, early in the morning, no breakfast beforehand. Let yourself get much leaner and much stronger and faster. I'll see you in the club.